Taken any steps to carry out President Trump's plans, as he has said he would like to annex Canada? Have you taken any steps in that direction?
No, I think what the president has said, and he has said this repeatedly, is he was told by the previous prime minister that Canada could not survive without unfair trade with the United States. At which point he asked, well, if you can't survive as a nation without treating us unfairly in trade, then you should become a state. That's what he said. They'll have their elections this week. They're going to have a new leader, and we'll deal with the new leadership of Canada. There are many things we work with cooperatively on Canada on, but we actually don't like the way they've treated us when it comes to trade. And the president has made that point when he responded to the previous prime minister in regards to this.
So does the U.S. still want to make Canada the 51st state?
I think the president has stated repeatedly he thinks Canada would be better off as a state. I mean, and he has said that based on what he was told by the previous prime minister, who said Canada can't survive unless it treats the U.S. unfairly in trade.
All right.
How incompetent can this administration get? I mean, your own strategy of trying to bully Canada into submission has completely backfired. Any hope that Trump had of having a conservative ally in the North has been completely wiped away, as Trump has almost certainly handed the Conservative Party led by Pierre Poilievre a major election loss, which is taking place tomorrow. Mark Carney, the Liberal leader, is the likely favorite to win the election, and this is largely due to anti-Trump sentiment in Canada, uniting Canada around Mark Carney and against Poilievre. So why does Marco Rubio think now is a good time to continue talking about this 51st state of America bullshit when all they're doing is making it more likely that Donald Trump is going to have a major problem in the North with Mark Carney? Mark Carney is going to put Canada first. He is deeply connected with leaders around the world. That's going to be a major headache for Donald Trump as Trump continues to isolate our country away from the rest of the world, basically disconnecting us from alliances that we have built for hundreds of years, all because Donald Trump is unhappy with his own trade policy that he enacted with Canada during his first term. Remember USMCA? Yeah, if Donald Trump is so unhappy with the trade policy, then why did he create it in the first place? Donald Trump is responsible for our current trade agreement with Canada. So don't let him insult your intelligence and gaslight you into thinking that somebody else is responsible for what we have with Canada. It was his own trade policy. So this is classic Donald Trump. He creates a problem, he fixes the problem, and then takes credit for fixing that problem, even though he created the problem in the first place. You can tell that even Marco Rubio is feeling extremely awkward in this interview. He almost doesn't want to admit that they want to annex Canada, but of course, he's got to continue doing Donald Trump's dirty work, otherwise he's going to be out of a job. Trump supporters loved when this was considered master-level trolling by Trump, calling Canada the 51st state, but as we can now see, that has backfired in a bad way. I'm sure Trump would have much rather have not been trolling and let Pierre Poilievre just win the election instead of completely flip the script in the Canadian election, because now he's probably going to have to deal with Mark Carney, and that's going to be less ideal for the Trump regime. Not to mention, Trump has completely lost this so-called trade war he created with Canada over his own trade agreement. Every single time Trump has imposed tariffs on Canada, Canada responds. Trump backs down from his tariffs. He's gotten absolutely nothing from Canada other than piss off the entire nation of Canada and help the election go the opposite way that Trump would have wanted. Guys, thank you for tuning in to this edition of the Progressive Pulse. That's a brand new working title as I experiment with YouTube here. Going to be posting every week. Subscribe for free, talking about everything that's happening in the US and around the world. So spread the word, share this video with others, like this video, which really helps boost the algorithm, and subscribe for free. Thank you so much to anyone in Canada. Good luck in the election tomorrow. Vote for Mark Carney. Definitely do not vote for Pierre Poilievre.